Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. A group of lawmakers will file an impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte. The Alyansang Makabayan targets to file an impeachment complaint against Duterte before the end of the year. They said the Vice President has betrayed the public's trust for failing to explain her office's spending of confidential funds.
Hinog na talaga yung impeachment complaint. No, eto titignan natin sa mga susunod na araw. Ano yung magiging decision ng people's organizations. Within this year, dapat.
Now, this plan comes after Duterte's recent threats against President Bongbong Marcos, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez. The Vice President claimed that she already contacted someone to assassinate the three in case she gets killed. Former Integrated Bar of the Philippines President Egon Cayosa said Duterte can be disbarred because of these statements. He also said that Duterte can face an attempted murder case because of her recent threats against the Marcoses and Romualdez.
Pag inimbestigahan yan ng DOJ, it might fall as attempted murder. Kasi yung pagpatay naman, murder, kasalanan yan. Bilang mga abogado, she opened herself to charges of unethical conduct and becoming of a lawyer.
Supporters of Vice President Sara Duterte went and stayed outside of the Veterans Memorial Medical Center over the weekend. They said this is their way to protect the Vice President against any threats and to show solidarity with her Chief of Staff, Attorney Zuleika Lopez. She is currently in the hospital after falling ill while being detained in the House of Representatives. Senator Bato de la Rosa also joined Duterte in monitoring Lopez at the Veterans Memorial Medical Center. The senator defended the Vice President's threat against the first couple and House Speaker Martin Romualdez.
As I have said, may kondisyon yung pagkasabi niya, di ba? Kung siya ay papatayin, ipapatay rin daw niya. Di ba? Yun yung kondisyon. Patayin mo na siya bago niya ipapatay. Kumbaga, paano ba? Wala mangyayari kung hindi siya gagalawin.
The suspect behind the massacre of two Filipino-American siblings and their partners in California was arrested. Authorities nabbed 19-year-old Miguel Sandoval for the alleged murder of Janvi Maquindang, Cristina Caa, Edwin Garcia, and Matthew Montebello. The suspect's motive has yet to be determined. The four victims and their three pet dogs were killed in their house on November 16. Sandoval also set the house on fire after the attack. Russia claims destroying various military equipment of the Ukrainian army. These include two German-made Leopard tanks, US-made M119 artillery pieces, armored vehicles, and other equipment. Ukraine, though, reported on the same day that its troops repelled Russian attempts to break through defenses. Over 120 battles took place in the frontline areas, and the situation on the front lines still remain tense. We'll be back with more stories after this break. Keep it here on One News. Welcome back. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. In the Philippine Star, the Agriculture Department has allowed the importation of 25,000 metric tons of frozen fish and aquatic products. Secretary Francisco Tiu Laurel Jr. says this is necessary to curb inflation, ensure food security, and diversify food choice. And in business world, state spending on infrastructure went up by 16.9% in September, fueled by disbursements for finished transport projects. Spending on infrastructure and other capital outlays rose to 137 billion pesos from 117 billion in the same month last year. Nagkalat ngayon online ang pagbebenta ng mga peking PWD ID para makakuha ng discount sa mga kainan. Kaya mga restaurant owners, umaalma na. Para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal, Mary Mon Reyes.
Mahalaga ang mga ID hindi lang para sa identification, kundi para rin sa mga pribilehiyong kakibat nito. Pero merong mga nandaraya sa sistema para makakuha nito, katulad na lang sa PWD IDs. Umaabot sa 30 customer pataas ang sinaserve ng maliit na cafe na ito sa Mandaluyong kada araw. Sa mga ito, nasa 3 hanggang 5 ang nagpapakita ng kanilang PWD ID. Walang kaso ito sa cafe dahil nakasaad ito sa batas at advokasya rin nilang kilalanin ang pribilehyo na makukuha ng mga PWD ID holders. Yun nga lang, meron palang nandadaya gamit ito. Mismong may-ari ng kapehan na alok daw ng serbisyong gagawan siya ng peking PWD ID kahit walang sakit o disability.
I have been offered, not just once, a couple of times, to buy fake PWD IDs for a very cheap price. And naiisip ko na lang, grabe, you're willing to harm the person's business na pinaghirapan just to get this small discount.
Pakapala na rin ng mukha ang mga nagbebenta ng peking PWD IDs dahil ultimo online marketplaces. Meron! Sa ngayon, mahirap daw ma-authenticate ang totoong PWD ID dahil bukod sa iba-iba ang itsura depende sa LGU na pagkukuhanan, matrabaho rin ang pagsilip isa-isa sa mga records ng DOH Philippine Registry for Persons with Disabilities. Kaya suwestyon ng National Council on Disability Affairs. Gagawin pa rin sa mga LGU ang application ng PWD ID pero ang issuance nito ay manggagaling na sa iisang otoridad para pare-pareho na lamang din ang disenyo.
Meron po tayong pending bill po sa lower house regarding unang-una po yung validity of the ID. Pero isinama na nga po namin dito sana yung universal design ng ID. May safety feature po ito. Ito na po yung magagandang ID natin na mahirap na po na i-fake, like having a hologram. And then meron din pong microchips po.
Habang wala pa ito, hirit ng restaurant at cafes, makonsensya ang mga nagbebenta at gumagamit ng peking ID.
Ang benefit po nito ay karga po ng ating mga restaurants, ng mga negosyo. Kaya sana po naman maintindihan ng ating general public, malaki pong kahamakan to sa ating ekonomiya.
In-honor naman talaga dapat yan, without any doubt. If they show a card, you really have to honor it because they deserve it. But then, nowadays, parang very hesitant talaga because of the rampant issue of fake PWD IDs.
Ang sinungaling, kapatid daw ng magnanakaw. Kaya ang panlalamang sa kapwa ng ilan, baka maging kapalit ang benepisyong para sana sa sektor na tunay na nangangailangan nito. Mobile journalist Mary Mon Reyes po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Gilas Filipinas has booked their ticket to the FIBA Asia Cup after defeating Hong Kong in the qualifiers 93-54. Our national team swept the second window of the qualifying round with a 4-0 win-loss card. The game was initially close, with Hong Kong even leading before halftime. But in the second half, Carl Tamayo, Kevin Kiambao, and Kai Soto took over and crushed the visiting team. Tamayo led the team with 16 points and 5 rebounds. Gilas Filipinas head coach Tim Cone said their match against Hong Kong was a testing ground for their young guns.
That's what we're looking for our young guys. We want to use their total game, and that's the case with him. That's the case with KQ, and even Mason. We're using the FIBA windows as our preparation to continually move forward for the FIBA Asia.
And in the UAAP, Adamson keeps their Final Four hopes alive with a 69-55 victory over Ateneo in men's basketball. Royce Mantua spearheaded the offense for the Falcons with 14 points, 2 steals, and 1 assist. Adamson concluded the double-round eliminations tied with the number 4 ranked University of the East. Now the two teams will face each other in a knockout game for the 4th and final semi-seed this Wednesday. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Berzosa. We are One News.